Welcome to the Rolled Hem Part 2. Christine with Holy Frock Emergency Alterations. Now that I have my cut line marked and cut, you can see that I've cut along the cut line, and then here is where my hemline is going to go. I need to press this. I need to iron this, preferably with steam. I'm going to fold it right where I want the hem to end. And then I am going to use a safety pin and pin it there. And then I'm going to do that all the way around. So I'm going to fold it. And then pin it. And then for the spots that I don't have, I can bring out my handy dandy little seam marker, and I know this is exactly 1 1/8 inch. So I don't really need it marked because I remembered how much I'm rolling up. I just put a short up here that I got some Jelly Roll music. I actually sing the hard fought Hallelujah song with my husband. He plays guitar and I sing a little bit. I've never sung on here, but I do sing. If you guys want to hear me sing, just comment. Okay, enough. If I get enough comments on here, I'll sing. But I do a lot of stuff. There's my mark. You guys see that? So I'm going to fold it right there. And then when I'm done pinning this, I'm going to take out my tiny little ironing board. I'm going to actually line up these two seams. Now, jeans don't get a pleat, but this is just a force of habit. Dress pants, you always add the outer seam and the inseam. You line up. Now, I am going to grab my homemade ironing board. I made it from a dollar store cookie sheet and a hair tie and a couple of tea towels. I'll take my little iron and steam it. And when I'm done sewing, I will take the pins out and re-steam it, because when you steam with pins in, you get little marks from the pins. So this is the first step. This is the first step of this. Now the second step is unpinning this. And I like to stick this in my ironing board. And now I'm going to fold over. So there's 5/8 of an inch on the outside. And I'm going to take my little seam marker and make sure that it's, so that's a little bit more than 5/8. So I'm going to take and tuck this under a little bit further. to get it exactly 5/8. And a little bit more. Okay. There. I think we're good there. Yeah, that's 5/8. And then I'm going to take my pin that I stuck in my ironing board and repin it and press it again. And then whenever I go to sew it, I won't have to fight with the rolled hem. Now, there is, if I wanted a smaller rolled hem, like dresses get tiny, tiny rolled hems. There is a special presser foot for that. There we go. But this is a way to make a rolled hem without that special presser foot. In fact, I've got bigger presser feet that will make a 5/8 rolled hem, but I don't like how cumbersome they are. Like with a bigger rolled hem like this, it's easier to do the turn and press method. The tiny rolled hems, though, like the 1/4 inch, they're extremely useful. Although there's a learning curve with them too. In fact, it's best if you start the rolled hem with a regular presser foot and then use your rolled hem presser foot to keep going. And then while you're sewing, you have to take and tuck this in and then feed it into the presser foot. But this is what's called finger pressing, guys. This is finger pressing. So see how even just the weight of my fingers kind of folded the fabric there. I also crochet, and there's something called blocking in crochet, where you're moving the stitches into the place where you want them to be. So whenever fabric is made, this woven fabric, these fibers are in a particular orientation. You can move things slightly. I mean, that's what we do when we press our clothes. We're kind of making the fabric fit or move in the direction we want. It's also a way to get rid of stitching holes. Like if you took stitching out, in fact, let me actually show you. Here we go. So I took stitching out here. If you look really closely, there's tiny little holes here. You have to look really, really closely. It's kind of hard to see on this fabric. Watch what happens when I steam it. They're all gone. They are all gone. So the fabric fibers actually move away from one another when the needle goes through the fabric, and then whenever you steam it, it lines up the fibers again, and then all of the little holes that the needle made in the fabric are gone. Certain fabrics are more difficult to get those out of than others. So, be wary of your fabrics. And there is 2 types of needles that, there's a ballpoint needle, which is better for knit fabric. than the standard needle. Anyway, so this is my secondary roll. This will be my final. I'm not going to roll it again after this. This is it. I'm going to kind of line this up some. Make sure that it's 5/8 everywhere. I'm going to lay this down and press it. I'm going to lay this down, make sure that it is rolled nicely on both sides. And then I'm going to press it, preferably with steam. And I'm going to press it on this side too. And then I will take the pins out and sew it. And that is a rolled hem. I'll show you the final product in the next video. Thanks, guys. This is Christine with Holy Frock Emergency Alterations. If you need any alterations in the Pittsburgh area, I am really busy right now with wedding season, but if you are in need of something quickly, that's what we're here for. We're here to serve our community. Thank you so much. And of course, like, follow, and all the things here on YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We've got a lot. We're growing, which is really cool. But if you can help us get to 500 subs, that would be awesome. All right. See you in the next one.